O, julle, dit is baie koud in Bloemfontein. Dit is ja, ek dink dit is nou seker so 11 grade. Dinsdag sien ek is soos -4 in die oggend. But anywho, glad that you are back. I want to talk about, I'll do this one in English. I know I have an English audience as well, but I want to do just the past 2 weeks, I think, what happened in the past 2 weeks in my business, what am I doing currently. So I do want to focus a little bit on the markets, and talk a little bit about the markets. Markets and market fairs are probably one of the easiest ways to get your product out there. Many people start a bath and body business in South Africa especially, and they start it online, and unless you have a massive marketing budget, you can do that, and you can blast all your ads all over the place on every single social media platform, on your website, Google, everywhere that you can think of. And obviously, if your marketing is on target and everything is working the way it's supposed to be, you will be successful. But the majority of us don't start there. The majority of us don't start at a place where we have these massive marketing budgets. So the market fairs are probably the easiest place to get in your products out there. When I started my business and I started to go to markets, my first and currently still my aim is, and only aim is, and it will change as my business grow, but my only aim is to get my product in people's hands. I don't care how. My goal is to get my product in people's hands. So I am selective with the markets that I do go to. I do not go to markets that charge an extravagant amount of money or fees, just because it's maybe some sort of niche market. It's about what I can afford. So, and it might be different for you. It really depends on your target market. You might be you might have a product that is suitable for like niche markets where you have to pay like 700 Rand for a fee, for a stall fee. You know, those types of markets, or 800 Rand for a stall fee, and you know your margins are high, you'll make that money back easily, whatever the case might be. For the majority of us out there, we are not there. We can't afford a 800 Rand stall fee. And then you make maybe 1,200 Rand, come home with 400 Rand. But I specifically look for the markets that have a lower stall fee. And then that's where I go and exhibit my products. So what I currently do is when I am at at markets where I stand, for example, every week, or I'm a regular exhibitor at one particular market, if it's a big market, I actually do try and stand in different spots at the market. So I'm literally testing out where would my stall do the best if I had to stand there permanently, for example, every week. So I stand in different places. That gives me a good indication, and you might have to do that for a long period of time. I suspect I'll only really see what's going on at a specific market that I am now at the moment at the Langenhoven Park market in Bloemfontein, before I actually get a permanent stall. I suspect I might have to like test things out for about 3 months. So I'm traveling around in the market. You can check out my Instagram page. I do post there on a Saturday morning with the stall number and where I am. But that's what I'm doing currently there, is testing out where is the best place to stand to get the most feed and to get the most eyeballs on my products. Then have big signs where you write the stuff out, and you have to have the prices big and bold so that people can see it. Think about how you approach a market and a stall at a market. If I see a table and there's no prices on the table, you tend to you look at it, you see there's no prices, you tend to scout for the prices. And if you don't see any prices, you walk away. Be open with the information for people. Don't make it a secret. They don't want to guess what the prices are. So there must be prices must be everywhere, big and bold. Even when they walk past, there must be a huge notice that say this is what you're selling and this is what the prices are. Then the other thing I'm also testing out is like my table display. So I take photos of every time I change up the display, a teeny weeny bit, not a lot, to see. Then I can track that back to a Saturday where I made the most money, for example. Like if I make 1,000 rand, this is what the display looked like. If I make 2,000 rand, this is what the display looked like. If I make a 3,000 rand, so that I can have that information and actually have that data available to see what because there will be one thing that will attract the most customers. And that's pretty much the data that I track. And then obviously I track everything that I sell to make sure which products are selling faster than the others. And then I do have a card machine where I add all of the transactions on, like if it's cash or card. So if you do look at a card machine, make sure that you have a card machine that you can still do your inventory manually, right? That's not a massive issue, but at least have a card transaction, a card machine that can break transactions down for you. And even if you have maybe if you do have somebody that is at your stall on your behalf, that you can assign that day to that person. So when you go back through the logs, that you can see, okay, Jennifer worked on this Saturday, and this is what Jennifer made. That you can make that distinction as well as to whom was the quote unquote the salesperson on that day. So those are the things that I'm actually tracking to later and further on, because I know it's going to be useful later on in my business. I know sometimes people they make a product, they don't think about the business side of things, but start to track those things, because you will definitely be able to use that information and data going forward in your business. So yeah, that's basically what I'm currently doing with the markets. Still just market research. And then I should be able to, at the end of this month, start to work on my logo design, the colors and the fonts. And once I have that in place, they told me that should take about a week, maybe 2 weeks. But once I have that in place, then I want to make a big sign as well for my stall. So yeah, that is what will keep me busy. It's still early in July. Still a lot of things that can happen throughout July, and I'm looking forward. We will have, I know it's not for you guys that are wanting to learn about the business, but it can give you some ideas. We will have during the rest of July and August, I'm just thinking as to when I do want to start that. But we will, if people come at the stall, at the Langenhoven Park Market or at the Anniebos Market where I am, and they want to book their bridal gift or corporate gifts, there will be a minimum quantity order on that. Then they will qualify for discount, obviously, if they pay within 3 days or something like that. So we will have that special running for July and August definitely for Women's Month. I might start that. We might have an early bird edition. I'm thinking maybe from the 22nd of July. I might do that where you get discount on the discount. Just maybe can give you some ideas for some promotions that you do want to run towards the end of the year. I'll speak to you again in the next video. Bye.